Hello, everyone. I'm Jack Isgar, author of The State of Freedom in America.blogspot.com. I thought I'd make a short video. I was asked recently to make a video on my opinions of what the teenage years are like, so I figured I'd try to kind of explain what it was like for me and what what it's like to be a teenager in any day and age. And I know somebody right now who's going through a particular hard time in their teenage years, and although you can tell them you understand how they feel and you can tell them that you know what they're going through, you can't really understand what they're going through because each individual person is different. And while I myself may have had the same experiences as this person, or the same experiences as many other teenagers in the world, we have to take into account that each person's experiences are different. And although we may go through the same things, it's important to kind of understand what the individual goes through. And their emotions can be very differing from the emotions that we experienced when we grew up. And so individuality is really important. But there's some things I can tell you. Things will get easier. In school and teenage years, it can be very difficult. There's a lot of problems with bullying and a lot of problems with many other things. And you have to kind of be strong and try to make it through it because it's only temporary. It will pass. I promise. And it will get easier. And one day you'll be away from all the people that give you hardship, all the people that give you problems. And you'll be able to move on with your life, find somebody you love, start a family. So it's really important to remember that the teenage years are a finite amount of time. They're not forever. And I do understand that it seems like forever. It will pass, I promise. And you have to understand that when you're going through your teenage years, you're going to be confronted with many, many, many temptations, whether it be from peer pressure or just pressure of your own mind, your own consciousness. So you have to understand you have to be informed and be able to make the right decisions. As you go through your teenage years, you're developing, you're getting older, and your hormones are going crazy at this time. So it may be hard to make rational decisions sometimes. But sometimes you just have to take a deep breath, take a step back, and examine the situation logically so you can try to move forward in the most positive way for you. Move forward in a way that's going to be most beneficial to you and not damaging to you in the long run. Anger is a tough thing to deal with. We all deal with anger in one way or another, some of us better than others. Me, myself, when I was a young kid, I did not deal with anger well. I got in a lot of fights. I made a lot of mistakes. It was very easy at the time to set me off. But you learn from them and you grow, and the more times you have to deal with that anger and the more times you have to learn to work with it, you eventually begin to overcome it. You're able to control it, and it makes it much easier. And when you reach adulthood, if you've worked on controlling that anger, you get to a point where you don't even have to really control that anger anymore because you're so used to doing it, it becomes second nature. So if there's anything I could tell you, it's be strong. It won't last forever. Be strong and learn how to control your temptations, your anger, depression. These things are all things that affect every teenager in one way or another. And I know it's difficult. And I know sometimes it can seem hopeless, and I know sometimes it can seem you're all alone. But you're not. There's always somebody out there who wants to listen. There's always somebody out there who loves and cares about you. So understand this. If you can understand anything else, understand that you are not alone, and the time and the experiences that you have to deal with right now are finite, and they will pass. So know that you're loved, and know that you're not alone.